We just got back from tour, everyone. Everyone is.
Oh, we're recovered from tour. Yeah, it's don't.
I don't know that I
am not recovered from tour.
Yeah, I don't know that I am either.
For the past, well, you have no excuse. For the past 5 days,
I had an extra flight after you.
No. Shut up, you idiot. All right, for the past.
How dare you?
Wow.
Past 5 days, Henry has had a bit of a stomach issue where Henry has been pooping diarrhea, like liquid shooting out of his butthole as far and as fast as he can possibly do it. I don't know how a dog produces this much poop because there's not that much going in, but there is exponentially more going out. And so what happens is, like, when we're going to bed, Henry wakes us up every 2 hours. Good boy, right? Doesn't poop in the house, doesn't poop in the room, but every 2 hours, wake up, go take this dog out, and then go back to bed, try to fall asleep. Just as I fall asleep, has to go out again. Like, it's just crazy nonstop. So the only good night sleep I had was just last night, because like Amy took Henry to the vet, and like we got him some special medicine, some probiotics and antibiotics, and now finally I got a good night's sleep. So today is the first day of full rest I've had since we got back.
Wait, you're saying
I know this isn't
the problem was drugs.
I know
no,
this isn't
drugs.
Yeah, those aren't drugs, Wade. Well, I know this isn't the point, but so he's taking probiotics and antibiotics.
Yes.
I just imagine like it's 2 pills, and you like wrap them both up in a piece of ham and throw it at Henry, and he eats it up, and then like cut to like inside his stomach, the 2 pills like stand up in a pool of acid, wipe all the ham juice off themselves, and they look at each other, and they're just like, probiotics. And the other guy's like, antibiotics. And then they just fight it out, and somehow that heals him.
Well, let's see. It's like we tie it up all in cheese. It's like the antibiotics is a pill. The probiotics is a sprinkle packet that you put on.
Oh
his
God,
food.
it's like a whole meal prep.
It's like a medicine hand grenade that we shoved inside of this dog.
Are there little signs like along the esophagus? It's like probiotics. There's little pictures of like baby biotics on it, and then it's like, no, antibiotics. Let there be. I'm sorry, I'm doing this.
Wow. Did you just make a pro-life, pro-choice debate joke about?
Yes, because about near where I live, it's the dumbest
dog
thing.
And his medicine.
People, I'm sure this is countrywide. People in Ohio, especially from where I've been, pay for billboards like in their yard that are, you know, pro-choice.
I don't think you have to pay for those.
But they're like right across the street from each other. So in my imagination, it's just like them walking out with a sign and just screaming at each other every day. Just right across the street.
Yes, this pill and packet of dust I give my dog is exactly like that, Wade.
Man, you really know how to take a lighthearted topic and just shove it right into a conversation about dog diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
God damn.
Hey,
That's such a nuanced level of comedy, Wade. This is the Boner Cast. I don't know if you belong here.
I don't even know what degree of turning away from dog diarrhea is pro-choice. That's not even 6 degrees of separation away from each other.
Well, listen, you got the antibiot and the X. I forgot the X. Biot.
I think you're definitely going to be able to sufficiently explain this so that no one's upset.
I'm listening.
Keep going.
We
double down.
To be fair, on the grander topic, we've not said anything about taking a stand. We were just talking about the silliness in general.
We
here at the Boner Cast would like to tell you all of our stances on every political issue right now. Mark, go ahead.
Whoa. Anyway, next on our list of conversational topics.
Okay,
why are we talking about some game news, huh?
Yeah, what a transition. Masterful.
That's me. Anyway, that is the only amount of sleep that I got caught up on. To actually get back on topic.
Oh, that was about your sleep. Oh, yeah.
It was about my sleep, believe it or not. It was.
You just want to hear about my sleep?
Yes.
It's all right.
Fuck you, Wake. All right, I do feel bad that you guys had to fly another 4 hours because that flight from Perth to LA was hell. I can't imagine.
I think I got
can't
home
imagine
last.
You left
we actually
first.
we got home like 5 minutes apart.
Okay.
So we were supposed to get home earlier, but our plane was delayed for like an hour, whatever. It was our last flight. We didn't care. We're like, what? We get on the plane, and the pilot's like, oh, the backup auxiliary power's on, so we just have to have someone come over here and manually start our engines for us. No worries. Engines don't go off during flight. Because if they did, we couldn't get them back online. And we're like, what? Okay, that sounds safe. And then so they get the engine started, and then he comes back over and he's like, we're having like a comedy of errors here tonight, but it seems like this other important device is broken. We're just going to replace that real quick, then we'll be on the way. Plane's perfectly safe, folks. No worries. And then I swear to God, there was one of the, like, I was dozing off because I didn't sleep very well on the long flight. But I swear he came on the thing again, and we sat on the runway for another like half an hour after that for something else to be done. And I was so tired I didn't care, but I had this thought. I was like, this is definitely the plane I'm going to die on, but I am too tired to care. But like, who says that? Like, who comes over there? It's like, yeah, if we had to restart our engines, but good thing we don't do that in flight. Like, he had that like fake chuckle at the end, and like that whole thing is how he said it.
He said it's fine. Why don't you believe him?
The fake chuckle. The fake chuckle is fine.
How do you know it's fake? What if that guy has a really like nice chuckle? It just happens to sound fake.
Here's the funniest joke he's ever heard in his life.
It's not his fault. He has an insincere sounding chuckle. Okay. You laugh however you laugh.
I did not consider the people that have insincere sounding chuckles. You're right. It's my bad. I didn't.
God, I wish I had a friend who just laughed like that at everything. You go to like a comedy show and everyone's laughing, having a good time, and they're just next to you like, the whole night you're like, you okay? You need anything? You having a good time? And they're just like, yeah, it's great. It's really funny, right? It's really funny. That joke about dog diarrhea, right? And like every time you hang out with them, you're just like constantly uncomfortable. Like, why do we keep hanging out? I'm pretty sure this guy fucking hates me.
God, I wish there was a country that spoke another language, but when they learned English, their accent was that everything sounded sarcastic.
You mean French people?
So,
that's right, France. Got him.
Yeah, got him.
What? Why is everyone piled? Remember, I mean, Tyler pissed off. Why is everyone piss off France?
It's a joke. No, Tyler said something sincerely offensive and rude to French people. It's a joke and a cliche that French people are sarcastic and they're hard to impress and they like to be snarky about things. Yeah, that's the thing.
You guys want to throw Tyler under the bus for what he said?
I still can't believe that.
He said he was going somewhere with it, but I can't imagine where the hell he was going.
All right, we don't have to like.
Do you remember this?
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Because I did the same thing when we were in Pittsburgh. I pissed off all of Pittsburgh.
You meant to do that.
Well, yeah. So I insulted a sports team, not
the entire French people.
So does anyone remember what just the sentence that Tyler said? We don't have to talk about it that much because he has his own reasons and it's fine. But I don't remember like word for word exactly what he said, and I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah. So he said it like he did have a follow-up point, but the way he worded the sentence was about as poor as you possibly could.
I think it was something along the lines is there's no country on earth that has surrendered more than the French people or something along those lines.
No, I remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in Paris. It was the end of the show, and someone asked the group like, what was your favorite thing about France? Or like, do you love France or do you love Paris? Something where like the obvious easy thing is just to be like, yeah, it's a great city, yeah, and everyone cheers and it's fine. And Tyler, we were all kind of like saying generic things, and they got to Tyler and he was like, oh no, the question was, why is France the greatest country in the world? Which is a weird question for Americans, but whatever. And he looked at the audience and was like, so how many wars has France surrendered in?
Yeah.
And then the crowd almost rushed the stage, and he didn't get to say, well, he was a joke or something. Like, he was going to be like, nah, I'm just kidding, I love you guys. Like, he had some joke. But he said that, and the whole fucking place was just like, boo, ah, murder, boo, and I was like,
Like
Tyler.
any other venue, he could have gotten away with
Tyler.
that sentence, but not there.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
story of that
oh,
place
man.
was that was the one where there was no back door, right? You had to go all the way through the entire audience out the front of the place to get out of the theater because it was like in a row of buildings. So like we were literally trapped on stage with like 800 angry French people between us and the only door.
Yeah, it was no good. But again, Tyler didn't mean that. I think he was gonna follow up with like,
No, it was
but
supposed to be a
they've won
joke.
so many wars. They're
Yeah.
such a good people, but
He-
there's just no way you can escape from that sentence.
Yeah, no, it was not the best lead-in.
And like I know from talking to him, he liked Paris. He really enjoyed it. He went with didn't he go with you and Molly Wade, and he like saw the Eiffel Tower and he saw some stuff like while we were in the city, didn't?
No, I think he hung back. He didn't travel as much out when we were in Europe. I think Ethan, and
Anyway.
who else was with us?
Anyway, he
think
wasn't with
Ethan was
you,
with us.
but he liked France. Like he enjoyed Paris. He thought
Yeah.
it was cool, and he just it's just I don't know why I
Yeah.
said that.
To be